I put off having a colonoscopy, which I wish I hadn't done. And just one night in the middle of the night, which I feel like it was God that just woke me up and said, you must go have one, because I had no symptoms or anything. But I waited 5 years when they told me to get it at 50, and I waited until 55. And so I called the doctor's office the next day and said, I'd like to make an appointment. She said, it's going to be a couple of weeks. I said, I'll take the first doctor you have. I just want to have it done. And so they got me in a week later, and when I woke up, he said, you know, I hate to have to tell you this, but you should have come several years ago because you've got cancer. So immediately they got me in for a CAT scan, but I knew I wanted to have a second opinion. And so I called some friends who happened to know Dr. Heslin, who got me in touch with him. He called me personally, which I'll never forget, and got me started at UAB to get a second opinion. I was scared to death. I was scared to death from the time that doctor, I was still groggy when he said, I sort of thought it was a dream, but I had to wait about a week before I could get in to see the doctors here. But once I got here and I saw that they had a plan, they had assembled all 3 of the doctors that I was going to need through the whole process. And so once they got started, once they had a plan, once they told me, we're going to do this doctor is going to do this for you, and then the next doctor will do this, and then the third doctor is going to do this, at least I knew we had a plan to get going. I was still scared. I was still scared every step of the way, but at least I knew I had a plan. First of all, Dr. Heslin decided that he knew he could do the surgery. He talked to us about that, but before he did the surgery, they have you go to a radiation oncologist, and they proceed by doing the radiation first, along with a little bit of chemotherapy. Then after that's done, you have to wait 8 weeks, and then Dr. Heslin took over and he did his surgery, and then you have to wait 8 more weeks, and then you start with the third doctor, which did the chemotherapy process, and that took about 6 months. As far as the surgery goes, the nurses from the very beginning, they just were very comforting, just took such good care of you, just knew that, you know, I was getting the very best care and that it would turn out well, which it did. If somebody came to me and said that they had just been diagnosed with colon cancer, I would just tell them, first of all, not to be discouraged, because there's a lot of hope out there. There's a lot of things that can be done for them with the support of me as their friend, but as the doctors and nurses there, and then their support system at home that they can do it. And then I would tell them to go straight to UAB.